let's talk about a question that we got from our comment section, right? I want to do this. If you feel some type of way, or you like our videos, or you got questions or things you want to talk about, hey, like, share, subscribe, put it in the comments. You can send us an email at luvneverfailsp@gmail.com. And so we got a comment, and it's from Driven24 Jackson, and he says, "How do you have forced effective communication?" So when you don't want to talk about something, it's something you need to talk about, but you have to force the conversation. Do you think there's a good way to force conversation?
No, I mean, how do you force communication, or why do you feel forced to have a conversation? That's the question. Like, why are you feeling forced?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. If you see this comment back, right? So basically, I guess it's a situation. Let's say something happens, and it's like, okay, this is make or break in a relationship, right? And if I don't have this conversation, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe somebody said something to you. Maybe a friend brought something up to you. Maybe the person hurt your feelings in a way you're like, I gotta have this conversation. Okay. It may be uncomfortable, you know. And I think that goes along with what we've been saying, is being strategic, finding those specific times in your relationship, or finding those moments where y'all are comfortable, where their guard is down, and not feeling like everything has to be addressed or fixed right away.
But what if the other partner is forcing them to talk about it right then and there when they're not ready? I think that's what he was asking.
Okay, so let's say for me, and if I'm in a situation, my back's up against the wall, and you're like, Reggie, we got to talk about this. You're kicking me out of my sleep and waking me up in the middle of like making me talk about something, right? Mm-hmm. There's a good way and a bad way to go about this thing, all right? Now, I can't say I handle it good every time. I get frustrated. I'm like, look, it ain't that serious. We ain't got to talk about this. Why are you bringing this up to me? Go that way. Or it goes, well, all right, we're going to talk about this. What's going on? I think it takes a level of being humble. You know, so much we kind of get full of ourselves, or how we feel in the moment, or our thoughts about the moment, and we don't take time to think about what somebody else feels and what they think, or what may be important to them. And I think that's kind of what's important. Like, I have to get out of myself and say, okay, it may not be a big deal to me, but it's a big deal to you, or to the person that's talking about it.
I think that'll work.
Yeah. So, and that brings me to something I want to say. It's like, as a man, you know, we have to make sure that we are leading. And you got to lead in every aspect. So that means if conversations or things are not going well in the marriage, as far as the way y'all talk, the way y'all handle situations, you have to evaluate, what are you allowing to happen consistently? What ways are you showing communication? What ways are you stepping outside of yourself to show love and show understanding to your wife? I got to look back at so many times and things that's happened in our marriage, and I have to look at, how am I handling it? Am I, you know, getting upset when she gets upset? Am I taking things to levels that I shouldn't take it, or am I bringing things down and allowing myself to not be emotional and take myself back? So just a little bit of advice for the men. All right. Yeah. What you got? You got anything on that?
Yeah, even if you feel like something isn't important to you, you have to think about how you would feel when you bring an important topic up to your wife, and she thinks it's unimportant and doesn't want to talk about it. So just give her that same respect that you would want.
Because it wouldn't feel good, right? It doesn't feel good either way. Like, if I'm like, man, I really want to tell you this, and you blow me off. Right. So the same respect. I understand that.